With the NHL deadline only a few weeks away, each team is trying to weigh what their strategy should be going into this last playoff push. And today I'm going to let you know what I think each team should do at the NHL trade deadline. Not what they will do, but the strategy I would tell them to take if they listen to me and let me into their war room. I've got 5 different strategies here and kind of a tier list. You can see them all right here. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go into a little bit more detail as I discuss some of these teams. But enough lead in, let's get into it and start with the Anaheim Ducks. And I think that the ideal strategy for the Ducks would be to look for hockey trades. The Anaheim Ducks are still a very young team. They have a lot of good young players and are building out a pretty good core. Obviously, Joel Quenneville has been very good for them this year, but at the same time, I don't think that they're in that upper echelon of teams like, let's say, a Colorado, a Dallas, a Vegas. I think the Anaheim Ducks have a pretty good chance to make the playoffs, but they shouldn't be mortgaging their future to go all in on a deep playoff push, in my opinion. Next up, we have the Boston Bruins, and I actually am going to surprise some people and say that I think that they should be kind of aggressive to improve. I know that they're just coming off of a really bad season, but I've been pretty vocal about the fact that I think that they're a very talented team that got kind of unlucky last year with pieces like Pastrnak, McAvoy that they're building around. I think that they should be looking to improve their roster and maybe make a playoff push. I don't think that they should be trading any of their high-end prospects because their farm system is pretty thin, but if they have an opportunity maybe to trade a first-round pick and get an impact player right now, I would do it, especially considering that they have a bit of an older core. For the Buffalo Sabres, I also think that they should be aggressive to improve, and this isn't really a matter of their window kind of being towards the tail end of closing. It's more about the fact that you haven't made the playoffs in a decade and a half, and at some point, you just need to go for it. And with this Buffalo Sabres core and with Alex Lyon playing outside of his mind, you got to strike right now, I think. Go for it. You've got a very good prospect system, and you've got a lot of picks and assets. Use them for once. Now, for the Calgary Flames, they should be fire sailing. There's no secret here. They've already traded away Rasmus Andersson. Nazem Kadri is probably going to be not long for that world. Blake Coleman is in talks of being moved. They should be looking to trade everybody who is not under the age of 25 and just continue their rebuild, tank for McKenna, and hopefully next year they'll have a little bit better luck. Now, for the Carolina Hurricanes, pretty obvious they should be going all in, and they are a team that acts like they're always going all in, and I respect that for them. They have a lot of good players on their roster. They have a really good reputation of taking middling players and turning them into high-impact players, but they still have some needs. They could stand to bolster their defense. They could maybe, if there's a great goaltender out there, that would really put them over the top. And I don't think that they should be afraid to trade some of their younger players, and they haven't been in the past, and I don't think they will here. Now, the Chicago Blackhawks, I think that they're in a much different position. After that hot start, they've really cooled off. I think that they should be looking for hockey trades, kind of similar to the Anaheim Ducks. Don't be mortgaging your future. I think if you have opportunities to improve, you should take it, because sort of like the Sabres, you've got a good base already. Don't trade any of those elite assets, but if you have, some higher end prospects that you want to move to get an impact player, I think you should do it, because at some point you have to learn how to win, and especially while you have Connor Bedard there, he needs to learn how to win. Colorado Avalanche, pretty obvious, go for it. You're the best team in the NHL, even though you've fallen off. There's no reason to be afraid, and I know that they just traded away Sam Girard for Brett Kulak in a move that seems to be a precursor to make some bigger move down the line, or at least it better be, because if not, that's a horrible trade. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that's on the bubble, I would advise that they just kind of sit back and wait for value. Kind of like the Ducks and the Blackhawks, they've got a good young core, and I know that they're, really streaking ever since they changed their coach, but they're still a team that has a really good young core. I don't know if this team is really for real. The underlying analytics are not favorable, so I would be looking to maybe take advantage of some players who are peaking right now, guys like maybe Sean Monahan, Boone Jenner, and see if you can move them off at their highest value. And maybe if you have like a good value trade, you can make that, but I wouldn't try to be that aggressive if I was the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Dallas Stars now, I think it's pretty obvious that they should also be going all in. They're one of the best teams in the West. Not really much to dwell on here. They're an elite team with great goaltending, strength all throughout their lineup, down the middle and on the back end. They should be looking to add whatever pieces they feel are necessary to put them over the top, to give them an edge against Colorado or Edmonton in the playoffs. The Detroit Red Wings next. I think they should be aggressive in trying to improve. Kind of like the Sabres, they haven't made the playoffs in a good long time. It's time to make use of some of those, big assets that they have acquired. They were aggressive last offseason. It has paid off. I think that they should be looking to maybe add another impact defenseman if they can. For the Edmonton Oilers, you have to trade this year like you're going all in. Even though it's been a pretty weak year, you only have Connor McDavid for 2 more years guaranteed. It's kind of obvious this is do or die, and you can't afford to allow him to leave. You have to show him that you're going for it. And even though Stan Bowman is terrible, you have to try and win this year and next year. The Florida Panthers, really interesting for a 2-time Stanley Cup defending champion. I think they should just be making hockey trades. I mean, it's kind of obvious they've kind of run out of gas. The injuries have really caught up with them. Marchand in the Olympics looked a little bit like he's been worn down. I would try and take this year, maybe take a beat, reset, see if you can recoup some value. If there's a good trade out there that you can make, go ahead and do it. But I wouldn't be looking to make a big push this year. You just won 2 straight Stanley Cups. Nobody's going to fault you if you take 1 year to just kind of relax and recover. For the LA Kings, obviously they just made a huge trade to acquire Panarin, but I think that they should be sitting back and looking for value. The Kings are a team that has been very, very up and down throughout the course of this year, especially defensively. If there's an opportunity for them to make a move for a high-impact defenseman, I guess I understand that. But as it stands right now, they're, kind of fighting for a wild card spot. I don't know why they would be looking to move so aggressively. Minnesota Wild, I think they need to be all in. Obviously, they invested big in Kaprizov in the offseason. They made a huge move for Quinn Hughes. Those are all-in moves. They should continue to do that. The Montreal Canadiens, kind of along the same lines as the Sabres and the Red Wings, good young cores. They should be looking to improve aggressively. Don't trade away any of your high-end young players, but if there's an opportunity to get an impact player in there, maybe, help bolster that forward core, don't be afraid to trade away maybe one of your prospects or your picks. Certainly a first-round pick should be in play. They did it last year with getting Noah Dobson. Continue to take big swings and improve your team while you have a young core that is trending upward. The Nashville Predators would seem to be an obvious fire sale situation, but I actually think that they can kind of sit back and look for value. I'm not totally sold on the idea that the Predators have to blow this up right now. I definitely don't think that they should be aggressively trying to improve, but I don't think you should just be trading away guys like Marchessault and Stamkos, especially Roman Josi or UC Saros, for just pennies on the dollar. Sit back, see if you can get value for those guys. If not, there's really no need to just unload them for nothing. The New Jersey Devils next. I think that they should be sitting back and looking for value as well. It's kind of obvious that this year's gone off the rails. Markstrom has been terrible, and they've had to deal with a lot of injuries, including freak injuries to Jack Hughes, Olympic hero. Weird season. There's a lot of trepidation about the job that Fitzgerald's doing. I think that you don't necessarily need to be sellers, but you should be sitting back and trying to see what kind of value you can get for those non-core players. For the New York Islanders, with Matthew Schaefer currently in a playoff spot, I don't think that they should be as aggressive as a team like the Canadiens or the Sabres. You're, again, just starting this rebuild, and you have so many good young pieces. If there's a good hockey trade to improve your team that makes sense and doesn't require you to give up a lot of assets, by all means do it. I would not be looking to trade, any high-end prospects or your first-round pick. The New York Rangers are in a fire sale. Obviously, they just traded Panarin. We'll see who else is going to get moved, but they're a team that is 100% selling, not buying. For the Ottawa Senators, I'm going to, again, show a little bit of my bias. They should be aggressive to improve, and specifically be aggressive to get a goaltender. you should be looking to give up whatever you have to get a good goaltender in there, because this team is really good. They just have no goalie. Philadelphia Flyers, one of the strangest teams. They're still hanging around playoff contention. I think that they should be just sitting back and looking for value, though. I don't think that their core is really going to help get them into the playoff push. I refuse to believe that Dan Vladar can lead a team into the playoffs, let alone on a deep playoff run, although weird things have happened. Again, kind of sell high on some of these guys. Like, hey, if Ottawa wants to take Vladar and give up a big asset, I would do it if I was the Philadelphia Flyers. Pittsburgh Penguins, I would be aggressive to improve. You only have Sid and Malkin for a couple more years. You have to take these swings while you do. Don't trade away your high-end young players like Ben Kindle, but for a year that you were planning on tanking for McKenna, you should be looking to add at the deadline, surprisingly. San Jose Sharks, kind of in a similar situation to the New York Islanders. Really good young players and a great young core. I definitely think you can be aggressive to look for a defenseman or two here, but at the same time, look for hockey trades. If somebody's giving you a ransom for Mario Ferraro, go ahead and take it. I don't think you're a team that's in danger of making a deep playoff run, so accumulating assets is not a bad idea, but if you have an opportunity to improve your team, I say you should go for it. Seattle Kraken, I think that they should be aggressive to improve. They're one of the weirder teams, but Phil Grubauer has had a rebound year. They can get a lot for Shane Wright if indeed they do decide to trade him. And they have a core that's pretty good, but kind of older. So I think this is a team that just needs that identity, and I would take this opportunity to maybe try and make a big move, which apparently they've been sniffing around. St. Louis Blues, obvious fire sale. Guys like Jordan Kyrou have been rumored, Justin Falk. Just about everybody other than Bennington could be traded, although if I was the Ottawa Senators, I would make the call, see if you could get him after what he did in the Olympics. But the Blues are going to sell. Tampa Bay Lightning, they're an all-in candidate. Whenever you have Kucherov, Point, Vasilevsky, Hedman all healthy, you should be looking to go for it. F them picks. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, a team that everybody thought was going to be pretty good, and this year honestly probably misses the playoffs. I think look for hockey trades. You have good young players. You have a couple of dynamite players in Austin Matthews, William Nylander. You got unlucky with some injuries. If you can sell on some guys maybe at their highest value, go ahead and do that. If you get an opportunity to get a good player for a terrible price, go ahead and do that too. I don't think you necessarily, though, need to be in the high-end trading market. Vancouver Canucks, they're the most obvious of fire sale. Vegas Golden Knights, I think, they're a team that always seems to go all in, but I think they should be looking for hockey trades. You're a good team. You've got a lot of good pieces, but you don't have the picks and prospects that you would need to make a big splash, and so that means you're going to have to trade, an asset to get an asset. So if there's a hockey trade out there to be made, I think that the Vegas Golden Knights should go for it, but I would be hesitant to be, just trading out the few prospects and picks you have. Winnipeg Jets, they're going to be sitting back looking for value. Not quite a fire sale candidate, but honestly, they just don't have a lot of assets that they can freely sell on, and the ones that they do, I don't think that they're going to trade on. I don't think they're trading Kyle Connor or anything like that at the deadline, or Hellebuck. They'll sit back, they'll see what value is out there, and if somebody makes them a good offer, they should take it for a guy like Logan Stanley, but I don't think that they're going to be just, trading everybody that they can. Utah Mammoth, aggressive to improve. You've got a really good young core, especially in your forwards, and you've really been playing well this year. Be aggressive, make a move. Again, you're a young franchise, just second year in Utah. Try and make an impression, try and make a splash, in my opinion. Washington Capitals, sit back and look for value. Kind of similar to the Maple Leafs. This was a down year that was kind of unexpected. A couple of injuries. and just plain and simple bad luck. They're the weirdest team. They just, for whatever reason, can't score on the power play. But, you know, you have some good young players as well. Ryan Leonard, Cole Hudson coming up, and Justin Sordoff's been a revelation. If somebody will give you good value for, say, a guy like Matt Roy, still got some term left on his deal, yeah, go ahead and take that. But, you know, you're not looking to make a big move just to make a big move. And that's what I think each team should do at the deadline. But let me know what you think each team should be doing, and I'll talk to you in the next one.